really quick, cutting to the chase. It's sexy. It makes most basketball fans who are in the who are in the know salivate about getting Russ. But you have to surround him with shooters. And one name that comes to mind would be Buddy Hield. If bring Russ in, you have to think about shooters you're going to align. You're going to bring in to play off of him and play in conjunction with him. And um, so you can't just bring Russ in and not have sharp shooters. All right, because you're not going to get the most of him and most out of him. He's not the best shooter. So Buddy Hield, Zach Levine, so you cannot just bring Russ in. You have to bring in shooters.
Yeah, no, listen, I think a guy they've been looking at is Davis Bertans. I think that's a possibility. And would that be the worst thing in the world? I don't think so. I mean, he's a tremendous shooter. And the Latvian laser, I know that the Wizards want to bring him back, and I have not seen anything here in the last little while to see if he is headed anywhere else yet. But that's a guy the Knicks have been talking about, and he's a tremendous shooter. And you're right. If you are going to bring in Russell Westbrook, you need to add shooters with him. Montrezl Harrell, by the way, goes to the Lakers on a 2-year deal. At any rate, that's 100% accurate what you're talking about, and I don't blame you one bit.
Also, real quick, Bradley Beal, definitely has to be in consideration if you could get your hands on him. He's a little bit younger. He might be, easier to coach and align and fit and, help with the younger players, even though he is young. And he's still, 3 years. It's 3 years until he's 30, so he's about 27.
Yeah, he's 27 right now, and he's got 2 guaranteed left with a player option for the 3rd year. That's where I would be a little bit concerned. Like, where does that go? You know what I mean? It's if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna really commit to him long term after that, you better have seen some real tangible returns. And to me, with Bradley Beal, that means in the next 2 years, the Knicks have to be really, really on the rise.
Agreed.
Not tangible returns in terms of his production, tangible returns in terms of returns as far as the team's overall standing and getting better and being a potential playoff team.
Agreed. 100%.
Appreciate the call. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
Got open lines, chance for you to get through before the top of the hour at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Weekend Wager is coming up at the top of the hour with, our good friend Anita Marks. Looking forward to that. We were talking about Gordon Hayward earlier. And my primary issue here with Gordon Hayward is just that you're dealing with a player that the last couple of years has had injuries. He obviously had the major injury. He had the broken hand this past year. He sprained his ankle in the playoffs. He has shown himself to be injury prone. And he's 2 years younger than Russell Westbrook. And he's probably going to cost you around $70 or $75 million for 3 years, let's say. Westbrook is at double that for 3 years, 150. For me, it's just not close. Gordon Hayward makes you marginally better, right? Can you sit there and say immediately he's going to make you a playoff team? No, you can't do that. You could say maybe you win 2 or 3 more games with a guy like that on your team. Okay. With Westbrook, you're talking about winning 7 or 8 more and really being more of a dynamic force and certainly a more entertaining force. That's what you need for this group. We're not talking about role players here yet. You do need 1 or 2 stars. And this has got to be the way to get them, because trying to draft them has not worked out so far. You want the younger guys to develop. You don't want to give up on Kevin Knox yet. I understand that completely. I'm not far from it, but he's 21 years old. You don't want to give up on, you want R.J. Barrett to have a much more productive season this year. Absolutely true. Want to see that as well. But adding Westbrook as opposed to Hair Gordon, as it were, I don't think really makes you infinitely better if you're adding Westbrook, or if you're adding Hayward, excuse me, not Westbrook. I think it's another good guy, but you're paying $25 million a year for something that is pretty good, but also could be a major factor from an injury standpoint in a negative way. Whereas Westbrook at 32, I don't think that he's fully breaking down. I don't see that. And I know he got hurt during the playoffs, but that doesn't mean that he's breaking down. He's still dynamic, and he still has a lot to prove as a player. Kareem is in Brooklyn next, 98.7 ESPN. Kareem, what's going on? Kareem.
Yes, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
What do you got?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Kareem. What do you want to talk about? All right, good talk.
My phone is breaking up.
Yeah, Kareem, I got you now. Go. I'm giving you one last shot. Go.
I just wanted to give my 2 cents about Westbrook and Gordon Hayward.
Okay.
Westbrook would definitely be a good fit for the Knicks. I mean, that's exactly what they need. They need somebody who's exciting, who's going to give 100% every day, no matter what. I think he'd be a great fit for New York. And I think if the Knicks can get Gordon Hayward, they should try and do it, because if they can get both of those players, that would be awesome, because the Knicks have a problem with getting superstars. Most superstars don't even want to take a meeting because of the owner, Dolan. So like KD, Harden, the Kyrie, LeBron, those guys don't even want to take a meeting with the Knicks. So Westbrook and Gordon Hayward is the best you can get. I mean, I'll take it. You know what I mean? I feel like
I would not
give it a shot.
Yeah, I would not bring both here, because then I think you're talking about really locking up the cap potentially for the next 3 years. And you do want to maintain some sort of flexibility. And even with Westbrook at $47 million, you still have a lot that you can do. And thanks for the call, Kareem. By the way, and literally seconds ago, my Latvian laser dream is over. Davis Bertans, 5 years, $80 million to return to Washington. 5 years, $80 million. The dream lasted about 2.5 hours, Latvian laser. Unfortunately, it's over. Wolf in Brooklyn, next, 98.7 ESPN. Wolf.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. I was wondering if we can go after that Bogdanovich that was supposed to come to Milwaukee.
So I think he's going to be a restricted free agent right now, if I'm not mistaken.
But I heard the deal didn't go through.
No. The trade didn't go through, and I think he is going to. I think he now is a restricted free agent. I need to double check the specifics about that. I don't think he is unrestricted. So let me find. I will double check it for you while we have it, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just hoping we could go with him as a shooter, but I guess if it's restricted, then we'd have to jump through a little bit of hoops for that thing.
I'm relatively sure that's the case. And listen, I would not be against Bojan Bogdanović as a shooter for the Knicks, not one bit. But I think that he is somebody that, if I'm not mistaken here, let's see here. Just double checking, and I apologize that I don't have it right at the fingertips. I swear to God that he was going to be a restricted free agent. Anyway, absolutely he would help, but you have to operate within your legitimate means if that's the case. So if he's restricted, they get a chance to match the deal. So you don't want to put yourself in that position of having to sit and wait out. And he is a restricted free agent. from the Kings right now. Yes, he is.
All right. Thanks so much, man.
No problem. So with that being the case, as a restricted free agent, they get the opportunity to match. So Bogdanovich wouldn't be bad. I just wouldn't turn around and trade away pieces for him right now. Sorry I didn't have that sooner for you. You know, the Knicks need a lot of everything. And so the opportunity here to bring in somebody like Westbrook and not have to give up anything in return, really, which is what the situation would be because they're just in a position to add salary. To me, it's just an absolute no-brainer. Well, hopefully we'll have more acquisitions to talk about early next week. We will be back on Monday at 7 p.m., I believe. Maybe 8. Not sure. Anyway, great job, Jacob Perry. Great job, Brian Mungia. Up next, it is Anita Marks' Weekend Wager. Carlin out. Stay handsome. 98.7 ESPN.
Spectrum Mobile.